carburetor from a small gen set. Now the machine was running, but it wouldn't run at full speed. Now, in addition to the fact that it wouldn't run, I know why it wouldn't run. The carburetor bowl, this is called the carburetor bowl. It was filled up with about 1/8 of an inch of what we call lacquer or gum from the gas drying up inside the carburetor bowl. So I cleaned it, and then the machine started to work at half throttle, but it wouldn't get full throttle, which means the next step is inside the carburetor. There's what is called a valve seat inside that round hole. And the valve seat, inside the valve seat sits a regulator, a gas regulator, depending on the size of these holes inside this valve stem. That's how much gas will be allowed to go inside the venturi part of the carburetor. Venturi part of the carburetor is where the air mixes with the gasoline. Now, if you just looked into those holes, you would not see that they were clogged up, but they were. They had like what we call lacquer or gum on them. So what I needed to do was, normally you would clean it with a torch, an acetylene torch tip cleaning set, in a normal size carburetor. There's different size round files. However, the smallest round file in this set was too big to fit into these holes. So what I did is I had a transformer for a doorbell that I had taken apart, and I saved the copper wire in case I needed this copper wire for anything. You can use it for a multitude of things, but it's the finest wire I had, and it's the only wire that actually fit into the holes, and it fit perfect. But when you drag the wire through the holes, you would see a very, very small amount of the gum or the lacquer that was in the hole. And then when you put it up to the light, which I really can't do right now with you, but then you could see the holes got bigger. So probably the holes were filled up 20%, maybe 30%, not allowing the full amount of gas to go through into the jet. Now that piece goes inside here. This piece drops inside in here like this. And then the gas, and then that's secured with a valve seat screw, which has an American standard screwdriver. So that would go into this hole, and you would unscrew it with an American screwdriver, standard screwdriver. However, you got to be real careful with that. If it's an old carburetor and it's gummed up pretty bad, you'd probably be better off heating up this stem here with a torch and expand the aluminum to make it open up so you could get that valve seating nut, securing nut. Then inside here, in this secondary hole, sets this part of the carburetor. This is called the float, F-L-O-A-T mechanism, and this is called the float. It moderates how much fuel. When the float goes down like that, then the fuel goes on. When the float comes up to the top of the carburetor, the fuel is shut off. And that's what regulates how much fuel will go in and out of the carburetor bowl. So you clean this by taking a piece of Scotch cloth or a wire brush or a toothbrush, depending on, this needed to be wire brushed because the gum inside was like a year old. So now it'll start up with one pull. It started up with one pull before, but after I cleaned out the 7 jets that are in the carburetor, it'll go full throttle. So there's a lot of, most people would only clean out the bowl and then say, oh, the carburetor's no good. And chances are, most people are not going to know how to take this jet out to begin with, and then they wouldn't have a wire to go cleaning the jet. This is for small engine. For big engines, automobiles, airplanes, trucks, you can use this set of round files that comes with an acetylene torch set, or a very, very good set of jeweler's drill bits that would go down to the number 60 or 70. That's about the smallest drill bit I know of. It's for making holes in jewelry links. Okay, so that's my job for today. That goes on this part of the machine here. It started up with one pull after I cleaned the spark plug and whatnot, but it wouldn't go full throttle. So that was what was stopping it. And that's today's live stream. Today's February 3rd. My first live stream for the day was the young man, my friend's son Aiden, helping me. He was the one that actually cleaned out the carburetor bowl. So thanks for watching, and God day to everybody from Michael Fazio and Daisy May in the Philippines, baby. And of course, Amping Permi means take care always. Bye-bye for now. Why? I wouldn't fucking go. Fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, boy. Is that the way it's gonna be? You're gonna hear shit from people like Dominic? I don't want to have to go through this with